And you also have to be mentally tough. This weekend, I was hanging out with my mom because we put her on hospice. She's in the hospice is when you know the way to put this. Hospice is when you're starting to help basically prepare someone to pass away, to die. And the focus is to keep them comfortable. And my mom is older and she's getting to be where it's getting to be her time. So she's on hospice right now in our house. She's in a hospital bed. And I wheeled her hospital bed out into the living room, turned on the TV and sat there with her. My wife was gone. So I sat there with my mom and we watched the Kentucky Derby. And the Kentucky Derby, guys, is like the Super Bowl of horse racing. They race the best 20 horses in the world. Now, these horses, guys, are athletes in the truest sense. They are bred to be athletes. Their father and mother are put together intentionally because they're both former racehorses and they breed and they have an offspring. Their grandparents, same thing. You can go down their lineage and there's like their whole lineage is bred to be racehorses. So these horses are very expensive. There's a lot of money in this. There's a lot of betting on horse racing. And it's a big industry, but it's also very exciting because these, like I said, these horses are so dang athletic. It's ridiculous. They're so competitive, guys. When they bring them out into the chute, the starting gate, they have to be escorted by another horse to settle and calm them down because there's hundreds of thousands of people watching the Kentucky Derby in the stands, hundreds of thousands. And so the energy is so thick and so intense. These horses are so jacked up to run that they have to be escorted out by another horse that has a calming influence on them. So we're sitting there watching this, and there was this horse that had to scratch from the race on Friday morning. I don't even know what the reason was. So, and again, they allow 20 horses in this race. So there was a horse that they let enter the race on Friday morning. They didn't even know they were going to race until Friday morning. So they got added to the race. And this horse's name is Rich Strike. And this horse, Las Vegas, because there's a lot of betting going on in horse racing, Las Vegas handicaps these horses and they give them odds. So like the leader, the horse that had the greatest chance of winning was Epicenter and had a 4-1 chance of winning. It was 4-1 odds. That means if you bet $100 and it won, you win $400. Okay. If you bet $25 and it wins, you make $100, 4-1. Well, this horse that got added Friday morning, Rich Strike, was predicted to be last place. Okay. Its odds of winning were 80-1. Say that again. The odds of winning were 80-1. Suffice it to say, it had no chance. They've been running the Kentucky Derby for 148 years. Okay. There's only been one horse that had those kind of odds that won in the 148-year history, and it had a 91-1 odds of winning, and it ended up winning. So I'm going to play this for you, okay? And we're going to talk about it. So this is the Kentucky Derby. This is the Super Bowl of horse racing. It's a 1-mile race. That's it. 1 mile. It's like one lap around the track. So let's watch this thing, and we're going to talk about it. Now, guys, what I'm playing here, can you guys hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Guys, this is the last, I'm only showing you the last third of a mile, the final third of a mile. Okay, here we go. Now you see two indicators there. This first indicator is Epicenter. That's the favorite, 4-1 odds. Okay, this is Rich Strike back here. He started out dead last, by the way, dead last. He started out. Here we go. Watch this. This is insane.
He's next after 3/4 in 1 minute 10 and 4/5 seconds, and now Epicenter comes splitting horses and is moving up quickly as Crown Pride takes the lead around the far turn. It is Crown Pride battling with Messier. They're stride for stride. Epicenter and Zozo's in behind them. Cyberneck sweeps up on the outside. Sandon gets the rail run, and they're into the stretch. And it's
okay. So now they're in the final stretch. That's the whole field of horses. You can see Rich Strike is practically in the back there. I mean, you might have just a few hundred yards here to go. Here we go.
Messier disqualification down the outside is next. They're coming down to the wire. Epicenter's handed. Rich Strike is coming up on the inside. Oh my goodness! The longest shot has won the Kentucky Derby.
I could watch that 100 times and I get tired of it. Insane. What do you guys think? What's the learning lesson there? Why does Coach
Never
Smith
give
show
up.
this? Never give up. Yes, never give up. What have we been talking? Think
No.
about what we've been talking about the last few weeks with regards to mindset,
Growth mindset.
growth
Or fixed
mindset, fixed mindset. Yes, absolutely, Jacob. Good job. Listen, you can't tell a horse that it's got no chance of winning. Our own limitations, they are self-imposed. We put those in our minds ourselves. Horses don't do that. They just run. That's all they know. Hey, I get to compete. I get to run. No one has told me I can't win this race. No one has told me that I'm 80-1 odds of winning. But human beings, because we're more advanced, we listen to other people. We let other people's opinions and thoughts and ideas get inside of our thick heads, and we listen to them, and then we start this narrative inside of our head, and the next thing you know, we don't think we can win. Okay? Those are limiting beliefs that are self-imposed. And Rich Strike didn't have those, did he? And that's what's beautiful about that race. And the other thing is the path he took. Did you see that path he took? He was exposing any opportunity that he had, any opening to shoot a gap, any opening to pass another one, to take advantage of some space. Found a way, found a path to success. And man, if you've ever seen a race where something looks like it got shot out of a cannon, that was it right there. That was insane. So a lot to learn from a horse over the weekend when it comes to this mindset stuff. Hey, Coach, how you doing?
Outstanding.
Coach, did you happen to catch the Kentucky Derby this weekend?
Sure did. Awesome.
Did you see the aerial view?
Oh yeah, I saw
yeah.
it all.
Unbelievable.
No question. That was really, really cool stuff. Just that, obviously the whole story you've probably already told him a little bit. The getting in on Friday morning or whatever.
Oh yeah, I gave him the whole backstory. Yep.
That's really, really neat stuff. And like you said, a lot to learn from the just an inner desire, a belief in your own system, and the trainer and the owner. You know, and we never put somebody in a race we can't win. We don't think we can win, and they had the mindset, man. And wow, what a cool thing.
I don't know where you jumped on and where you could hear, but one of the things I was sharing with the kids is what really stood out to me is you can't tell a horse that it doesn't have a chance to win. He had no idea that he was an 80-1 odds. He's just a racehorse. These limiting, these beliefs in our minds, these are self-imposed limiting beliefs that we put on ourselves, right? Rich Strike had none of that going on. He's like, put me in that race and let me run, see what I can do, you know? So much to learn from that. Absolutely. Really, really good stuff. I just loved that moment.